Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Oklahoma Sooners scorching hot, not only on the football field in 2023, but on the recruiting trail, continuing to build what is a really strong 2024 class, landing three-star offensive tackle Daniel Akin-Kumi from London, England. This is a guy that I like for a couple different reasons. One, extremely versatile. You see him play at guard, you see him play at tackle. When you're trying to build depth on that offensive line, and you saw Oklahoma's depth get tested against Texas last Saturday, having guys who can kick out the tackle, play on the inside at guard, be versatile, slide around the offensive line, that helps tremendously with your depth. The second thing I love about him, really good feet. Like you talk about the traits, 6'5", 300 pounds, former basketball player. He wanted to go to school to bat for basketball before he ended up picking football, which I don't blame him, 6'5", 300 pounds. You see the feet on the film. And that's the biggest thing when you're seeing these guys come out of the high school ranks. A lot of them have the size. Do they have the athleticism? Do they have the feet? Not always. Daniel Aken-Kumi, a really raw prospect, but a really traitsy prospect. And could you find a better fit than going and getting coached up by one of the best in the business, Coach Bill B? Massive get for the Sooners. Now, before we get into the film, just want to say thank you to you guys, especially the Oklahoma fans. You guys have shown so much support, whether we're talking the recruiting trail, whether we're breaking down the Red River rivalry. You guys have shown so much love. So Oklahoma fans, appreciate you guys being here. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. I love talking Sooners football, and I love chopping it up with you guys in the comment section. Without further ado, let's get into them. And again, the first thing, we'll fire up the film here. The first thing that you're going to see is the versatility, right? First rep at left guard, puts a guy in the dirt, really good upper body strength. But again, I want to keep in mind, this guy has elite feet. The next rep, he's going to be out at right tackle. And you're going to, again, see that feet, especially in space. He has a really powerful upper body, puts the guy in the dirt, can do a lot of different things. Also is really good in pass protection because of that footwork that he has. Not a lot of things that you look at Daniel Akin-Kumi and say, yeah, I don't know if you can do that at the next level. And again, raw, does he need to be coached up? Certainly. But you're going to bet on those traits every single day, especially when you have an offensive line coach like Coach Bill B, who, again, proven to be one of the best developers of talent in the game. You go back, watch this cut up right here. I mean, this is rare. You're talking about a 310-pound dude getting to the second level, finding a linebacker, latching on, getting a little pancake in at the end of the play, plays with the mean streak, plays with extreme athleticism, has that length that you want. There's not a lot of boxes that Daniel Akin-Kumi does not check. And there's a reason why Clemson, Miami, Ole Miss, Arkansas, all in on this kid. This dude, it has a real high ceiling when he gets to the next level. And for Sooner fans, this is something that we talked about, taking a look at this class in general. A little bit of a slow start, right? You'll miss out on Williams-Nwaneri, and kind of the vibes were a little low on this Oklahoma class. You take a look, you look up, top 10 class in the country sitting at number 7 overall. And if you were to say what team is best positioned to finish this recruiting class and cycle strong, Oklahoma coming off a massive win against Texas, moving to the SEC. This program clearly going in the right direction. Brent Venables and the staff recruiting their tails off. It's got to be Oklahoma. You take a look at some of their top guys. David Stone, the number one, or not number one, but top defensive lineman, arguably the number one defensive lineman in this class. Taylor Tatum, the number one running back. Devon Mitchell. I really like what they're doing along the line of scrimmage, especially on the defensive line, right? David Stone, Nigel Smith. If you guys have been listening for a while, you know my personal favorite, Jaden Jackson from IMG. That physicality along the line of scrimmages is getting built up by this staff. And again, when you take a look at going to the SEC, that's where you want to be strongest in. And going back to the Lincoln Riley, Brent Venables debate, Lincoln Riley, you got to be happy Brent Venables is kind of leading this ship into the SEC, because he knows what he needs to do to win football games at that SEC level. Obviously, at his time at Clemson, has beaten plenty of SEC teams in the college football playoffs. He gets the recipe, and you're seeing that on the recruiting trail. Now, they're not done either, and they're kind of trending for some other guys that I want to know. And the first one, going down to the state of Florida, Eddie Pierre-Louis, a guy that just an absolute freak show, 6'3", 335 pounds. The first thing that jumps out, frame. Like, that's what you want your guards to be looking like. Absolute fire hydrant, brick house, extremely powerful. You take a look at what he does. This is, if you guys haven't seen the clip, I should have brought it up for this. The clip of him running in a track meet, you probably could research it up on Twitter. This dude flies. I mean, he's 6'3", 335. The funniest part about the video is he's sprinting next to guys who are legitimately half his size, and he's faster than them. Like, this dude has elite athleticism for this size. One of my favorite prospects in this 2024 class. And again, you talk about establishing the physicality on the line of scrimmage. Eddie Pierre-Louis will certainly be doing that and sticking on the offensive line. Another guy that he's from Iowa. He's not very flashy with his commitment status or his recruiting status or kind of the process. Grant Bricks, like 6'5.5", 280 pounds, was kind of trending towards Kansas State early. Now it seems like it's Nebraska coming down to Nebraska and Oklahoma. And if Oklahoma can land this guy, another guy who can probably play both positions, 6'5.5", 280 pounds, he is built like a tackle that you want in a laboratory. Lean, really strong, really athletic. There's a reason why he's a top 100 prospect, one of the best tackles in this class. Grant Bricks, another guy to keep your eye on. You land two of these guys, you're talking about a top 5 class where you're established on both sides of the line of scrimmages. You got a ton of wide receivers, the number 1 running back in the class. If you're an Oklahoma fan, you have to be thrilled about where this class is going and how well it could potentially end for Oklahoma. We said this in the beginning of the year. Brent Venables can show this is a program that's going into the SEC on a high note and looks like they'll be competitive. Like, this recruiting class is going to finish in a strong way. And that's what you're seeing on the field. That's what you're seeing in the recruiting class as well. Want to leave it there. Again, appreciate you guys for checking it out. Oklahoma fans, anytime I get a chance to talk Sooner football, I'm going to do so. Appreciate you guys rocking with the boys, and we'll talk to y'all later.